Woo! Hello, everybody out there in Facebook land, TikTok world, everywhere. There's going to be a portion of this going live or a recording thereof. Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Monty Anderson, your host here at 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson. And how are y'all doing out there? Hopefully, you all are doing great out there, having a great time, kicking it, having a great year. We are 20 days into January. Have you done anything exciting, anything fun? Done any traveling for the new year already? You know, those of you that live in cold climates, have you gone to warmer areas? Or vice versa? Those of us that live in the South that are just now starting to get some weather, meaning some cold temps, you know, are you in the process of, trying to find warmer weather? Good morning, Casey. Welcome to the broadcast booth. Let's see here. Has Roy shown up yet? Is Roy here yet? He's gonna last as long as he can. He gonna be tired. He stayed up all night. Poor little feller. Poor little feller. All right. So last time we talked about collections, and we broke out, the record collection that I still have sitting down here on my right. Um, I didn't get any more feedback on what you guys collected or anything like that. We did get a few people comment in. And good morning, Casey. Welcome to the booth. Again, I am Monty Anderson, your host here at 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson. And today we're going to be talking about working out. Because I'm waking up muscles I forgot I even had in my body, you know. So I'm sore this morning. We did backs yesterday. Well, I did backs yesterday. She was working on cardio because she does a lot of back work at work um, when it comes to the lifting and stuff that she has to do there. Oh, look, Roy did finally show up. We can stop talking about him now. Ah, good morning, buddy. Even though your team won last night, the Indiana Hoosiers pulled off their 16-0 record to win the national championship for the college football national championship, and Roy's team took it to the house. There you go. He is a Hoosier now, and but that's okay. We still love him anyway. He has no alliance with any other teams out there, so he can't stand a lot of other teams. You know. And he's going to pipe off with some spouting remark about, these are my teams, man, and you know it. And I'm in the Mayo Classic, man. I'm in the Mayo Hall of Fame. Oh, man. So, what are y'all doing out there? What are y'all doing this morning? Like I said, the workouts have been relatively simple, pretty easy for the most part. I mean, today, like I said, I'm pretty sore from, I hit about 10 different machines yesterday for the back. And I did some shoulder and arm work too, but mainly it was all back work. Monty spreading truth again, chat. There you go. See, straight up truth, as it always is. So, if you look up Mayo in the dictionary, you're gonna find a picture of Roy. So there you go. Not saying that he's super white or anything. So what are y'all doing out there? Hopefully, y'all having a great year. Like I said, I can't complain. I've got a lot of work coming in. I got several commissions that I'm working on right now, and lots of stuff just keeps coming my direction when it comes to new opportunities. Yes, you're if you look up Miracle Whip, you're gonna find your picture next to it, and it's gonna have a censored sign over the top of it. But anyway, but yeah, stuff just keeps rolling in, and I'm wanting to do new stuff on a regular basis as well. I still want to work on my comic book uh, that I haven't had a chance to work on in probably 4 months. I guess if I had to go back, and and so yeah, I'm wanting to get back to that. But like I said, I got to get these other projects off my plate first. And I don't know if you guys saw this one last time, right there. One of the latest full pages inked in, right there. I'll be adding in some more shading and stuff like that, just like I showed you on that page 2 up there. But I'm working on the double page splash page, which covers pages 4 and 5. Excuse me. And then I've got a few more pages to ink in, and I'm done. And then I'll scan those in. And yes, I am on Wi-Fi. So am I glitching? Is that what you're telling me? Is that it? Is that what you're saying to me? But yes, I am on Wi-Fi. Oh, I got you. I don't know. My occasionally has issues, uh, even though I'm sitting right next to the interweb right here, the router and all that stuff, and including my extension box that jumps to the rest of the house, which expands my reach to something like 8 or 9,000 square feet. I don't know, but sometimes that the Orbi doesn't work the way I want it to on a regular basis. So don't forget to like, share, and follow when you get here, and that helps us out and brings the more people in to conversate about different things. Because here we talk about horror movies, sci-fi movies, working out, paranormal. We talk about comic books, comic book artwork, my comic books, all that good stuff, my paintings right here, and things of that nature. So, um, but yeah, no, lots of things are moving and coming in, and I'm getting some great opportunities if we can get the logistics worked out on some of this stuff. Uh, they're not messing with me. I mean, I'm not seeing anything like I did. What was it? The last live where I had something go over this shoulder over here. Whoop. But it was only on the other recording. I didn't see it here because of where the camera sits right here. So if you guys see anything, shout it out. Uh, every now and again, we get some cool stuff. Oh, I mean, there could be a ghost in the machine. Great anime, great manga, and if you've never read Ghost in the Machine, go check it out. Uh, great artwork in there, and it is more adult oriented, if you will. So if you want to check that out, go check that out. Lots of new horror movies coming out as well. Several that I want to see. Like I said, I've got a whole freaking list right now. I don't know if Casey started watching some of these, but I got a whole list, 2 lists right here of nothing but horror movies that I'm going to be watching. Uh, Throw them on in the background and listen to them and watch them on occasion while I'm inking things in. And I don't know. Again, Casey, did you watch any of those yet? Could you read my hen scratching on the paper? Because my handwriting sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Now, if I wrote it in cursive, you might not be able to read it. Period. So, uh, but yeah, there's several that I want to get into because they say they're so scary that they'll never watch them again. It's just like I haven't found one like that yet. So if you have found a movie that you think is super scary, put it in the comments. Let us know because I will definitely go check it out. Um, because I've seen a lot of disturbing films out there, and even Faces of Death, which is fake. Let's just put it that way. They did not use real life footage from anything. It was all made in a Hollywood basement. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Um. So, but yeah, I haven't found one so disturbing yet that just like I will never watch it again. You know, and that's just me though, because I've seen a lot more real life stuff that you might not want to ever see again, being in the military. So, those type things. Um. So, what are you guys doing out there? What are you guys doing? The ones that are here, stopping in, checking things out. What are you guys doing? What are you up to this morning? Because it is bright and early, 4 o'clock in the morning, and or here it's 4 a.m. in Central America, and you know, I know I get people that bounce around from all over the place, not just in the United States, as well as my little analytics tell me after the show. And Roy, did you say something that was filtered? Or did somebody else say something that was filtered that shouldn't have been said? If you did say something strange, weird, or whatever, just go ahead and retype it in a different way so that everybody can get the experience. Since TikTok likes to filter comments, and so as it just told me that somebody, you know, some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. So there you go. I don't know what one was blocked or filtered or whatever, but it didn't come through. So there you go. So like I said, I've got 3 more pages to ink up, and then I've got to get them scanned in, and then I've got to. Oh, you're eating some pizza for breakfast. That's a lovely thing, dude. You need some healthy breakfast, not pizza, especially with as much ranch as you covered that motherfucker in. So, and it is Roy's birthday, so everybody wish him a happy birthday today. He is still what did he say? He's still holding 39 forever. He's actually 55 today, and it is his birthday today. So happy birthday, Roy! I know I'm not gonna sing to you, so I've got that strippergram coming for you though. We did order that up. You'll have a male stripper at your house soon, just so you know. So there you go. No, I got you. I got you. And that's how everybody should be. We shouldn't be sitting in front of a screen on a regular basis. And what? Mail? Thanks. Oh, see, there you go. They filter all my comments, the Hulk. That happens. I get restrictions a lot talking about my artwork, those type things. And then Casey is fixing some coffee. Cool, cool. I figured it was already ready, dude. Ready and in hand to drink. And the happy birthdays are coming in to Roy. It is. I mean, it is crazy. Uh, I travel as much as I can, and but what's worse about it all is that you can go through a lot of other people's stuff and they don't get censored for anything, you know, and or restricted. But I talk about, you know, getting this out to people, and boom, I get a restriction because I am trying to sell stuff outside of TikTok Shop. Just got up right before you came on. Headache bad. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I always hate that for you when you get when you're not feeling your best, especially after you had a great day, and then all of a sudden, boom, there it is again. So, but Hulk, no, I feel you. Do you have a live show, or is it just stuff you post? Because I do get a couple of restrictions every now and again whenever I post stuff on my artwork, um, and then I have to go in and do this whole rigmarole shit. to get it corrected and to have the video even visible to other people. So they suspend it every time I try to do a simple video live. Huh, that's weird. Well, quit being so derogatory out there, man. Nah, you got to live your truth, man. Whatever you're putting out there, keep putting it out there. You will get that breaking point, or go to a different platform. You know, because a lot of people, what they do is have their main one on YouTube, and I know YouTube does censoring as well of certain things. But hey, what up, Dennis? Welcome to the show. And so you might try YouTube and, you know, jumping with TikTok as your secondary. Just a thought. Just because, what are you doing out there, Dennis? Are you awake for the day, or are you just woke up for the show? Because some people just wake up for the show and then go back to bed later. Good, and they've told me this as such. So, but no, Hulk. Yeah, I don't know, because TikTok is very fickle and finicky with certain things, and it's really it is stupid, because there's certain you have to say things in a gentle manner to get it out there, and I say bullshit to that. That's just me. Just staying up late, and here we are. Well, there you go. How's that work for us? Does it cost money to make video? And no, no, you can do a live show on YouTube at any point in time. Now I put all my recordings, because I'm recording up here on my computer, and if my recording for some reason fucks up here, I've got the recording from here. I just download it and then upload it everywhere else. So yeah, I'm not very good at it. Okay, I'm not sure what you're not good at. But yeah, no. Ah, I got you. I got you. TikTok. Okay, Kelly. I got you. No, it TikTok is a very finicky piece of shit. And that's the best I can get to it to say. And it's sad, because it's a great platform when it's working right, and whenever you can say what you want to say, whereas other people can say what they want to say, but yet they don't get filtered. It makes no sense on what their restrictions are, what their policy truly is when it comes down to it. Because ever since I've gotten on this platform, whenever I could go live, once I hit that 1,000 view, or once I hit that 1,000 follower mark, yeah, I'm a writer. That's why I'm on here. Let's laugh. It's fun though. Yeah, hard to keep up with the rules. Absolutely, 100%, and that's cool, Kelly, that you're a writer. And what do you write? Do you write, horror, drama, erotic fiction? Well, I can't say that word. Erotic. You can say that. Witty poetry. Okay, cool. Everybody, go check out Kelly and my book. Okay, very awesome. See, we got a published author in here. Well, I'm published as well by on many tokens over, from books to comic books to stuff like that. So very awesome. Thoughts on thoughts on thoughts. Okay, cool. I'm independent. Me too. Absolutely 100%. I don't work for anybody. I am, you know, my own boss, and I have been since I walked away from the corporate world in 22. So, but yes, go check out Kelly. Go check out his book. Could be some very cool stuff. I will be checking it out to see what's up on that one, and I will. And that's the title of the book: Thoughts on Thoughts on Thoughts. Writing it down now. Or if they go to your page, will they find out what your book is about? Well, sorry, I couldn't tell from the picture. It's too small for my eyeballs from here, even though I've had LASIK surgery. Okay, Kelly is a female, and I do apologize for that. Um, but yeah, no, I'll. Well, I do apologize. I am sorry for that because again, I couldn't tell by the picture because it's so small over there. But when I go check out your stuff, okay, folks, not that stuff. All right. But yeah, no. Check me out. There you go. See, Kelly wants you to check her out. There you go. And then we've got, of course, the people that want to come in with those comments, which we will not read here. So enjoy your time. Um, but yeah, no, we will definitely check out your stuff because I'm always interested in some poetry books, the witty poetry and stuff like that. The girlfriend loves poetry, and absolutely no. Like I said, that little picture right there, it's hard for me to see from this distance away, a whole arm's distance away. Now, if I get a little closer, it looks like you're in a baseball cap, and that's probably what threw me off. Well, I probably do need to now because I will be 55 as well later on this year in September. So, but no, Kelly, you've got a friend right here, right now in me, and I will go, well, awesome. And I will go friend you. Don't forget to like, share, and follow as you get in here. And I will do the same. Uh, absolutely. Good old Garth Brooks right there. If you like country, I do not per se, but uh, that's just me. I've never really liked country, and my parents and my grandparents tried to push it on me when it came to country music. It just wasn't my thing. The only Johnny Cash that I have in my collection is Johnny Cash's cover of Nine Inch Nails' "Hurt." So, oh, okay, Jimmy Buffett, good old Margaritaville. You know, got it. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Nah, you're cool. It's very awesome to have. You know, like you said, you're independent. You're making a living off of your books, and hopefully you've sold like 1,000 or 2,000 or something like that off of Amazon so far. So remember, folks, we don't talk about Trump or the Pope in here. That's right. We don't talk religion or politics in here because once you start talking about those two subjects, everybody starts losing their damn mind. And well, see, that's close to 1,000 right now. I mean, like me, I'm close to 5,000 followers, and I'm trying to hit that 10,000 follower goal. So I think I'm a little over 4,500 followers right now. So awesome, awesome, and it just helps spread the word whenever it comes to our artistic talents. You know. Oh, you've already gone and checked her out, Roy. Wow, wow, Roy's already checking you out, Kelly. High schooler, is that good? Of course it's good. Yep, she's a Bronco fan, and that's fine. We're not, but you know, that's I mean, yeah, Bo Nix going out and then having to pick up. I think they picked up one of our ex quarterbacks as well as their backup behind your Stedham. Is that his name? So we'll see how they fare because you guys go up against what, the Patriots? Is that right? Well, he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass since what, 2024. So they said it's been like 796 days since he's actually played in the NFL. So, but yeah, you guys picked up one of our greats in DeMarcus Ware whenever he left the team under contract negotiations, and then you guys did win the Super Bowl with him at the helm. So, and Manning, of course. You predicted the score. Okay, cool. What's the score? What's the score going to be? Because you guys are playing the Patriots, right? Absolutely. I don't shy away that I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. It's everywhere, including in my bio. Oh, that's right. You guys play the 49ers. I'm sorry. the Patriots go against the Seahawks. Well, what's your score? What's your prediction for the next game? Okay, so I'm just getting it all backwards. Oh, I know that the 49ers got blown out, so which was happy for us Dallas Cowboy fans. 17-3. Okay, cool. You heard it here, folks. The 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 Patriots are going to get beat by the Broncos 17-3 by Kelly. And you have all your sports betting in already on that. And I'm probably going to get a filter for that restriction because I said betting on TikTok. Oh my gosh. Well, good, good. I haven't done any of that this year at all, or well, definitely not this year. But last year I didn't do any of that type of stuff. Well, I'm just happy that we don't have to hear about Mahomes in the in the playoffs and Super Bowl, again. So yes, everybody blames that poor woman. I just blame her because she's a supposedly country of some sort, but you know, and I can't. Yeah, again, I don't do country. So, like I said, my country is Johnny Cash covering of Nine Inch Nails "Hurt." That's my repertoire of country. And my girlfriend has all this country stuff that she likes to play, and it's just like I don't even know who the hell this is. You know? Oh, no, Hank Williams Jr. and Hank. Now, and see, the funny thing is, I used to work in the belt buckle industry from 91 to 2001, or 92 to 2001. And I drew up all kinds of Western belt buckles and stuff like that, and even gave Hank Williams Jr. his buckle that he wore on Monday Night Football. I've actually got the drawing down here in my portfolios. So you just got a really cool belt. Awesome. Are you in the South, Kelly? I wonder. You know Brand? Brand. You're from Florida. Cool. And why are you a Broncos fan? Did you live in Denver, or have they always just been your team? Because see, my team's always been the Dallas Cowboys since 1974 when I first walked by the TV and saw them playing football. So, oh, you're a Denver native. Okay. Oh yeah, Emmett Smith, Troy Aikman. But when I went in the '70s, no, it was Staubach and all of them. Yes, Emmett Smith, the Gator. Yeah, absolutely. And then of course, you had Michael Irving, who was at the game last night, hoping that his Miami Squala Canes would do something, but they didn't. Uh, Bonsley, okay, never heard of it. Is that a brand? Yeah, I've never heard of that. But no, I used to do all kinds, and Neon Dion too. Absolutely, Emmitt Smith, greatest running back of all time. Absolutely, his record will last for a long time as the rushing leader. Because why? Most everybody else is starting to retire. Yep, absolutely. And he was supposed to follow his son wherever he was going to go. Oh, that's cool. I've got Neon Dion's signature on a mini Dallas Cowboy helmet in my Dallas Cowboys room. I also have Terrell Owens as well as many other uh, autographs from Cowboys players, including Chad Hennings, who I met in person, who we helped, when I was in the military, and he was at our range and came for motivational speaking to the troops. Uh, he was out on our range getting taught how to fire some weapons. And I got to meet him and got his autograph, got pictures with him, and all that cool stuff. He went to Middle Tennessee. Thank you for your service. Well, I appreciate that. You're welcome. And but yeah, no, that it's very cool to meet other artists. America. But no, I've done a lot of stuff before I got into the military. I've always been an artsy fartsy kid, ever since I was growing up. Um, I think I still have it sitting right here. Maybe not. I did have it sitting right here. I just don't see it at the particular memento. My fifth grade art piece that survived the house fire that my parents had, and it was sitting right down here in its frame, but I don't see it right off the top or right off the bat. So, but no, I've been drawing ever since I could remember. So you're still a bartender? What's the most requested drink? I know many a female bartenders. So which part of Florida are you in? Because I was in Orlando a few times when I worked for Wally World, the old fashioned. Gotcha. Because when I worked in Walmart, and beer probably. I'm sure there's a lot of beer on tap that gets drank. But no, many times we went to Orlando, like two or three different times, and we're hitting all kinds of places out there. So I went to Lake Mary. Awesome, very awesome. Always cool. And the world just seems small, whenever you get on platforms like this, and it's like Casey and I were talking about stomping grounds uh, that we overlapped in certain areas. You know, we don't even know each other except through here, and yet we both grew up in Oklahoma City area. I was Bethany, he was in the Oklahoma City area, and then we talked about being in Noble, Oklahoma, you know, and so on and so places, different places like that. Orlando is a very cool tourist trap. Oh yeah, absolutely, because everything's within walking distance. You don't even need a car, you know, and so it's one of those things. But yeah, everything can be a tourist trap. I mean, even look at Branson, Missouri, huge tourist trap. But yet people go there all the time. You're spending outrageous amounts of money just to go to shows and things like that, and it's just like, why, why? I'd rather go do the natural stuff. That's why we go to the crystal mines and stuff like that. You know, Disneyland, Epcot Center, very close together. Absolutely. Um, yeah, we mine crystals on a regular basis. Um, these are some of the ones that we found just on our digs. And I wanted to look at something too. This one does not have the memory slot on it. I would just learn some new stuff. No, well, yeah, this is a clear quartz right here. As you can see all the way through it right there. That's just one of. Let me take these headphones off. Here's a cluster that we found right here. Got the nice little points coming up out of it. You are a kindred spirit. I'm a currency and coin collector as well. As a matter of fact, I think right here, yeah, some old time currency from back in the day. I've got to get them in their binders and stuff like that. Not the binders, but I did have them in a binder. Set that right there. some old monies from Indonesia. Of course, the $2 bill. You can't go wrong with one of those. I've got a ton of them. And then more Indonesian money. And this is just some of the ones that I've got. I've got a ton more in protective sleeves and stuff like that, which these have got to get in protective sleeves. So that's why they're sitting and chilling right here. But I've got coins upon coins. Ballerina, good morning. We're talking to a author right now of witty poetry. Kelly is here. I spent 2 yesterdays. What's my favorite coin? Oh, that's a hard one to put into play because I've got a 1943 steel penny. I think I've got two of those. One of them's not in great shape. Um, and I think I've got a lot of wheat pennies, so it's very hard to pinpoint an exact one that I really like because I just like them all. And but it doesn't stick to a magnet. Your steel penny. That's how I found mine when I was going through all my pennies. It was the only one that stuck. So, but and not all steel pennies are going to stick because it could have been, and it could be a rare one. You never know. You could be sitting on a $2 million coin right there. You might not want to say that too loud in this area because buying things off the street sometimes isn't legal. I'm kidding. No, that's cool. No, I usually just get mine and change. I'll get some. Okay, that's very cool. A 1909. Yeah, I've been looking at some that some antique stores have, and really good quality. And it's just like I don't know if I want to pull the trigger just yet. I used to work with the police on a regular basis too, so I get you. I feel you. And you probably serve some officers, off duty, of course. Off duty, of course. When they come in to partake in the old fashioned. So, but now, yeah, no, I've got a ton of, I mean, I got speed dial with several different officers on my phone, you know, and even though we still talk, but I haven't talked to them as far as, like on a regular basis when they used to come get the shoplifters, you know, and had them on speed dial. So, but I still have them in my phone, and when some of us talk periodically still, and on Facebook too. So, but yeah, no, it's coin collecting is fun. Currency collecting is fun, especially if you can find the silver notes and the star notes and things of that nature, and any old currency. That's always fun to find. I'm hoping when I start ripping the house apart, I start finding some older stuff from the '60s or before, because I've got to tear my floors apart and make them all level. So that's one inheritance that I didn't really want, but very awesome, very awesome. Going to be cool since he is gone. Absolutely, yeah. And yeah. Rest in peace to the penny. And the stupid thing is, there's still so many pennies running around, but every store is like, we're having a shortage of pennies. How the fuck are you having a shortage of pennies? I mean, come on, let's get real. Pennies have been around since what, 1930 something. Everybody, not just Walmart. Every store has their little roundup calculator for you. 1916. So see, there you go. And it's like, how are you already having a shortage of pennies when they just ended them in at the end of 2025? I might have some 19 something or others. I got to go check again because I've got a ton of wheat pennies, and I just got to sort them all and get them in the little clear containers and stuff like that. Because I've got all of these little guys right here that I use, as well as the paper ones, the cardboard ones that have the clear plastic cellophane in the middle. And I try not to touch my currency with my fingers. 18.99 Indian wheats. Those are awesome. I might have one of those too. Again, I haven't looked at my collection in a while. They're all sitting in my nightstand drawer. So, um, yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I've got a 20-25 pound penny jar I've been accumulating for years. That's awesome. My parents have so many coins, it's not even funny. They got 5 gallon buckets of coins. Okay, um, so it takes a small crane to move it. You know, you have one or some in a treasure chest. That's awesome. That's cool that you got a treasure chest. Now I have some treasure chest types. I have a one of the round top chests that belonged to my great grandfather. It's in my closet. I got to do some repair work to it, but you're a pirate. Awesome. I like it. Do you have an eye patch? Don't tell me you've got a peg leg. Parrot. Parrot. I bet there's a map, and there could be. I mean, I've looked it over. It had a bunch of his old equipment in it from when he was doing radio work and stuff like that. So, which I have displayed in my library, and uh, and so yeah, no, it's very cool. The stuff that you can find and that you can get out there. You know, uh, I want a library. I've been building mine, and I just opened up another wall because we got rid of a futon to a friend of ours, and uh, and I still have plenty of books to put up. I started moving a bunch of my art books in here onto this shelf behind me, as well as some of my favorite authors right here. You know, like Clive Barker, and then of course I've got Anne Rice back here, first edition of the Vampire Lestat, or correction, Interview with a Vampire back here. So yes, my name is Monty Anderson, the art of Monty Anderson, right there. Yes, Python. Um, yes, yes, that's me. I am Monty Anderson, the show host here at 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson. We gave it to a friend of ours, a brother, yes, because we weren't using it. It was just sitting there. Oh, very cool. Then I definitely got to check it out. And T.S. Eliot. Okay, cool. I'll definitely be checking it out. So no worries there, Kelly. We'll definitely be checking your stuff out. And as Roy has already done. So he sent me a big old smiley face after he checked out your stuff. So there you go. You're doing something right over there. Or Shel Silverstein. Good vibes. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. I'm trying to think of some of my girlfriend's favorites, uh, and I can't right off the top of my head. We've got a whole section of nothing but poetry books in the library section, and of course, I've got a ton of old books as well, uh, from the 1800s and so on and so forth. I just got one of mine back from 1895 from a friend of mine who's had it for forever, and he is selling T-shirts as well that he's making. I'm assuming that they are. I'm not sure if they're silk screened or what they are. These are some of the ones that he sent me. He's got some good cellophane, that's for sure. This one is Lick Spittle. I have no idea what that means. If you know what that means, please let me know because I have no fucking idea. but his company is called 84, and I've got to get my readers on. Hold on. 84 Apparel. There you go. He's got a little dice up there for his logo. But do you know what lick spittle is? Lickety split. Is that what that means? So you're telling me I'm just an idiot? Is that what you? But I haven't even opened these up yet. I haven't even told him I got them yet. What kind of a friend am I? He's wanting me to add them to my booth whenever I start going back to comic book conventions, stuff like that. And this one is chaotic evil. Means never having to say sorry. Right there. And he does have little sleeve stuff too, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons stuff on there as well. So a lot of his stuff is built towards um, Dungeons and Dragons and Star Trek and stuff like that. Live chaotic, yes, absolutely. As I do every day, because I have a homestead too. So, and this one is this is the Star Trek, one of the Star Trek ones. USS Kobayashi Maru, property of, right there. That's some of the shirts that he has. 84 apparel out there. I write backwards. I was dyslexic, so I could read your shit. So yeah, that's why I was held back in the first grade. I was dyslexic, and so they held me back until I could not read God as dog, you know, or dog as God, all that good stuff. So there, see, we're of the same cloth, Kelly. So just years apart, because I'm 54 right now, and you're 42. Is that what you said? Taco Cat is still Taco Cat spelled backwards. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the funnier shirts out there. Uh, as you see the taco with a cat head in it, and and it says Taco Cat backwards. Yes, I'm 42. LOL. See, that's awesome. Race car is race car. Absolutely. And there's a lot of words that get into that category that are the same forwards as backwards. And but yeah, no. Whenever words get all jumbled, I still get it periodically. Yes, my shirt is cooler than the other ones because it's my paintings. Right there. I've got some Ozzy Osbourne paintings that he's waiting for. You know, onomatopoeia. I love the periodic table. There you go. The periodic table. Breaking Bad. But now I've got some Ozzy paintings that Roy is waiting for, so he can buy some shirts. Uh, I made. Oh, that's awesome. That would be cool to see. You're gonna have to send me pictures of that because I want to check that one out. They may be giants, songs that song. They may be giants, sings that song. Yes, they may be giants. Yes, the band. They may be giants. Oh yeah, I know. I know them. I know them. Not personally, but I do know some musicians personally. Uh, I used to be a escort as well. Not that kind. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it out there, chat. No. No, I used to be when I worked at Walmart. We did the whole shareholders event, and I was escort for a lot of big name talent that came through, and so that was cool. Met a lot of cool people. Rod Stewart being one of them. Good old bloody English guy. So yeah, I've got autographs from people and tons of pictures and stuff like that from the people that I used to escort. So my first concert. What was your first concert? Mine was Guns N' Roses, 1996, 94, 94 or 96. I can't remember exactly. I'm going to his site at a Red Rocks July. Very cool. Oh, Rod Stewart. That will be a cool show. it was a cool set that he did at the shareholders event when he did sing his few songs that he sang. Wake Up Maggie, all of those titles. But it was kind of funny, because he's up there doing his sound check and doing his and Richard Marks. Okay, with Richard Marks. Okay, that's awesome. And he's got a banana that he's chomping on, doing his sound stuff, keeping his voice, going with the lubrication of the nanner. And you just saw Brian Adams. Awesome. Well, our last concert was a very awesome concert. It was Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. So that was cool. Alice Cooper had the better set than Rob Zombie. I'm not gonna lie. At what is he, 70 something years old and still rocking out, and a great concert. I mean, Rob Zombie did good too, but it just wasn't the same energy as Alice Cooper. You know, Primus, good stuff. That was your first one. Primus was your first concert, and that's not a bad one to go to. I said mine was Guns N' Roses back in 1994 or 96. It was right after, you know, Appetite for Destruction came out, and it was their Appetite for Destruction tour, all that good stuff. Steel Panther. My girlfriend knows some people from the Steel Panther too. Small circle, small circle. So very cool. So see, it's just like Casey and I uh, grew up in the same areas. You know, we we have connections to some of the same people. It's just like the Velcro Pygmies play here a lot, um, and I know they play other places as well. But they're one of those cover bands, and it's just so many people know them. And then she knows um, the drummer or guitarist that is. He was with Seether, and then he went somewhere else. I can't remember which band he moved over to. Oh, very cool. Did you ever try to get those glasses, those ruby glasses that he wore? Say, hey, I want to wear those just for a minute. It is cool to know people. I mean, as you get older in life and you make more connections with people, and you being a bartender as well, you probably meet a lot of celebrities that way. Um, if I had to guess, and then being an author, if you do any book signings and things like that, you could, especially in Florida. No, but that's cool. I mean, whatever. You're already cool. You've sold over 500 books on Amazon so far. You're an author. You're doing book signings, correct? If you're not, you should be. I've been in Denver 23 years now. Okay, cool. So you're from Florida, but you're in Denver again. Okay. Oh, you haven't done any book signings? What the fuck? What the fuck? I tell you what, Kelly. Let's make a little deal right here. I will send you some of my comic book covers that I've done in exchange for one of your books, and this will be a signing for you. What do you think? Because I've got two comic book covers, professional comic book covers out there, right there. Psycho Sal was my first one, number three, right here. I will send you this one, and I will send you this one, autographed. This is the job number three painting that I did for Legacy Comics, and this one is through Charter Comics for William Russell Psycho Sal number three. It is a horror anthology book. 9 issues, I think, is what it has. So, but I will send you these for one of your books, and yeah, both of these are number three. So see, that works out for you, and we'll talk. We'll definitely talk because I want to be your first signing, you know, and hold on, I missed something. Bow and arrow. Okay, see, well, I won't be your first then, and you definitely won't be my first. So, but yes, no, we'll talk after the show. Oh, okay. I'm Kelly Bow and Arrow. Okay, very awesome. That's what you want on the book cover. To Kelly Bow and Arrow. I can do that. I have no issues with that. I'm writing it down. Is that a Native American reference? Because I am Indian, even though I don't look it. Cherokee. I got you. I mean, I can put both. I can write it all on there. I have no issues with it. I bet you do. And that's why you're writing books. Do you have another one in the works already? Because see, I'm telling a story through comic book form, which I'm writing, drawing, inking, all that stuff. Okay, cool. When can we expect it? Oh, it's ready. Awesome. When's it coming out? Inquiring minds want to know. Awesome. See, you're going to be the biggest, famous, best-sellingest, witty poetry author out there. I need $200. It's Upside Down World. Okay, cool. Are you referring to Stranger Things? Official Stranger Things cards. No, 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 no. No. If you want to donate to Kelly, go to her page. I'm sure she has a Cash App or something up there. And it is, it's to help her out. Or go buy her book off of Amazon. That will help her out. We're not above helping other artists out. It's just like me. If you want to commission a piece, hit me up. You know, and but it's all the betterment because the world needs more creativity in it. You know, absolutely. No, 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 no. Whenever you have a product that's out there and you've already got it out there on Amazon, promote that shit. Because if you're not promoting it, how are people finding it? I will promote you. I will share your stuff. Once I go to your page and I find your book and stuff like that, it's getting shared. It doesn't matter. And and that's me because I'm plugging my work on a regular basis. That's why I wear my own product, on my lives. Um, because I heard it said one other time, and I know big bands don't wear their own stuff and stuff like they wear other people's merchandise because they're putting out other people's that they respect and admire. They wear their merchandise on their shirts. Well, here this is me promoting myself. Every live I have a different shirt that I've created, you know, and it's not a problem, because that's the creative type. We help each other out. And I appreciate everybody getting us up to 23.9 thousand likes. That keeps us in the popular live category. And don't forget to like, share, and follow. And don't forget to follow my other profiles. I don't know where I am for you guys whenever the profile name is out there. And um but my profile, you can go to my profile and you can hit my links up there. You can hit my website, and on my website you'll find my logo, which is right here, the alien logo. And under that, you see my other socials that you can follow right there. So please do that as well. But yes, Kelly, we will promote you till everybody's blue in the face and as sick of seeing it being promoted, because that's what we do here. We help other people, not just my stuff, my own artwork, but we you've got a book out there. So that's pretty awesome. There ain't no, yeah, you like to call him Monty Jr. So since he is based off of my arm, well, it is my persona, the alien. But anyway, it's tough to take yourself No, I get that. And but you've got to promote. That's why I'm asking, why aren't you doing book signings? I mean, literally. You've got the book. You can get with a bookstore. You can get with a library at a school. Well, depending on what's in your book, I haven't read it yet. Um, things like that, and have them set you up a little booth inside their store, and start doing some book signings in your area. You know, see, your cousin's a librarian. See, there's a foot in the door right there. Get a signing going right there. Um, and maybe they get your book in the library. You know, just little thoughts like that, because I've got another friend, artist or author. She did book signings on a regular basis. I don't know if she's still doing any book signings right now or not, but she used to do a ton of them. See, see. Ha, has anybody written any articles about you for the paper? Just thoughts, just thoughts. See, I've been on the news. I've been, on different things, and uh, see, you get called a ton. Hopefully, it's good names. But anyway, um, oh, me sometimes that's not good names, but it's okay. It doesn't hurt my feeling at all. And well, I was on Tom McDonald video. See, there you go. See, you got things going on in your life, and you need to promote all that stuff. You know, you need to that needs to be in your bio. You know, that you were an extra in a Tom McDonald. See, I'm a voice actor. I've been in several movies that a local producer friend of mine has done, and another producer friend of his, uh, which is all in my bio except for the voice acting. I haven't put that up there yet, but I've done several voice acting gigs so far. So not only am I doing illustration and paintings and stuff like that, I'm also doing the acting and the voice acting gig as well. So don't sell yourself short, is what I'm trying to say. You've got the book out there already. You've got another one ready to go. You've got 18 more in the works. That needs to be the stuff that you talk about. Whenever you're on your live show or you're putting your videos out there, I would be holding up that book, your witty poetry book, on a regular basis. Like I said, whenever I go to your page and I find anything about that, it's getting shared. Good morning, love. Welcome to the show. What? What the fuck? Kelly. Kelly, you're killing me here. See, I've got copies of my own work. You know, I've got multiples of this one. I've got a few of this one left. You but you're getting one of each. So I gave them all away. See, you need to keep one for yourself. Uh, you need to get with your printer and be like, hey, I need 1 cent for me, you know, and then that way you autograph it, put it on your shelf, and it's there forever. And then you can hold it up and tell people about it. Have it setting in front of you, like this, sitting there where people can see it. Hardback, paperback, standard size format book, or is it a like one of those half book things, or you had one framed 5 times and you gave all those away? Softback now, but Kindle. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, and that's cool that you're giving them away. Uh, but no, always keep one for yourself. Never, never shy away from keeping your own product. Uh, that's why I wear my own merchandise. Yes, I sell a lot, but I also keep a lot. I keep at least one of every shirt that I own or make. So no, no, and that's a good thing. And there's nothing wrong with being a giver. But Oh, Roy's gonna go to bed with his mayo, with his Miracle Whip. Have an awesome rest of your day. You too, man. And I'm glad your Hoosiers won last night. But no, Kelly, definitely always keep your product. At least one, two, two. That way, whenever you keep talking about it, it doesn't seem real. There it is. There's the reality. You know, because right here, my reality, right here. Plus, I've got other ones floating around here that are of stuff that I've done. I'm waiting for one to come in from another friend of mine who wrote a book that I did the cover illustration for. He's doing a chapter book, and it's going to be on Amazon as well. And I'm waiting for those books to come in for my compensation on that. There you go. There you go. Well, you know a guy. I just did another book cover right here for a fantasy book that is actually just got some good news on that one that is turning into 10 different books on that one. And and that's what his book was. It's a children's book telling his life story of him being a boxer and what he's had to go through uh, to get where he is now. So awesome. See, you just wrote 3 poems looking at it. There you go. So but yeah, no, always keep your product, always plug yourself. I know that's tough to do. Because anytime anybody says that's an awesome shirt, where can I get one? Come talk to me, you know. And like I said, this is just one of the shirts that we have. Uh, my number one bestseller is this one right here. This is the first Joker painting I did, and it sold immediately. And this was the second one that I did, and obviously it's still here, which I'm kind of surprised that I still own it. But with that one or this one, because both of these are my own works of originality based off of some maniacal faces that I've seen out there in the world. But yeah, I can see where you could get Jared Leto out of those. I wasn't a true fan of his Joker, but I understand which Joker they took him from. So, but that's just some of my works right there. Just like you can see some other ones back here. My Art the Clown right there on an actual saw blade, and then Billy the Puppet on an actual saw blade. Venom on a mech Venom up there. That's a haunted doll that I'm painting right now. My demon painting right there, and then my Evil Ernie's button, Smiley the psychotic button right there from Chaos Comics back in the day. Well, just like you, there's talent that runs amok, out there, and but I appreciate that uh, on the talent side. See, I'm a horror fanatic, so that's why I've got Clive Barker's my favorite author, um, which is several of his books up here and then down over here, and then just horror everywhere. I mean, a lot of my T-shirts are horror, uh, wherever they are right now. I don't even know where they are. I think they're over there. Doesn't matter. My videos out there of my shirts that are available. So, and the labyrinth. I've got labyrinth figures right in there from the original labyrinth with David Bowie and all that good stuff. That's a great film. That's one of my favorite films of all time, as well as Dark Crystal, The Last Unicorn. Great films. You remind me of the Babe. What Babe? The Babe with the power. What power? Power of voodoo. Hoodoo. You do what? Remind me of the Babe. I saw my baby. Yeah, it's a great stuff. Hello, don't go that way. Had she gone that way, she would have went straight to the castle. Oh yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. And I feel for those that have never seen it, you know, or that dismiss it. It's a great film, and I'm glad that they're not trying to do the remake to it. Awesome, awesome. I'm trying to think of who that is, or a hologram show. Okay, okay. My buddy and I would tell people he was the baby. It was the movie. Okay, okay, cool. Well, you guys live in a spot that does cool stuff like that. You know, around here, they do a few cool things like that, but not as often. Even up north in Little Rock and Fayetteville and Bentonville and stuff like that, they don't do a whole lot of cool stuff like that. So you guys get the cooler stuff over there in Denver. I've been in Denver many times because that's where the holiday meeting used to be for Walmart. So and I know that they tried to clean up the city at one point in time, unfortunately, from the homeless population by putting them to a camp X amount of miles away, but most people started filtering back in. So, yes, yes, absolutely. It's better now. I no, I get that. And like I said, when we were there for the first time we ever went there, which was back in 2014, it was pretty bad. You know, you were basically walking over people laying on the sidewalk and stuff like that. And then, X amount of years later, I mean, we went back every year to the same place. And like I said, it got a little better and a little better, but, you still had that presence there, which doesn't bother me. I'll give them the food and stuff like that. So in 2014, okay. I mean, we could have crossed paths because trying to think of where we stayed because we were within walking distance of the big convention center there in Denver, as we were anywhere we went. Okay, I would definitely was on Market Street. Yeah, Big Blue Bear, absolutely. Yep, peeking through the window. Okay, then we probably crossed paths at some point in time. Bunch of group of degenerates coming in, uh, getting some drinkages after our shift because we worked a 12 to sometimes 14 to 16-hour shifts depending on the day. Uh, so yeah, we probably did cross paths back in the day because I'm trying to think of when they stopped going to Denver for holiday meetings. So I know 2014, 2015, and at least 2016 we were there. And so, but yeah, we were right downtown, so we got the walking. You know, got to walk everywhere we went, unless you wanted to Uber somewhere. The last time we were there, we went up to, of course, the Stanley Hotel and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Then definitely we probably crossed paths at one point in time or another. And but yeah, the last time we were there, we did a booked a, or rented a car, went up to the mountains, got to the highest peak in Colorado. Let me tell you, this was before I had my first heart attack, and that was a climb because you're running out of breath as you get higher and higher and higher. You go and you're sitting there. Where's my oxygen? Where's an oxygen tank right now? And so you finally get up there. You're out of breath, and just the beauty of it all. As you're looking out, and all the elk and everything else. So, so yeah, it was awesome, and it was fun, and and yeah, it was amazing. Because we took tons of pictures inside the Stanley Hotel with all the elk floating around, and then all the elk just driving up. And so, I'm not even going to try and butcher that, but I just worked at an event in Estes Park. So cool, awesome. See, and you're going to meet a lot of people, as you're getting your book out there and getting your name out there and things of that nature. You're going to meet a lot of people, coming up, and get into conventions at the Estes Park, yeah, and start doing book signings. But no, you need to get into conventions, different comic book conventions and things like that, um, and start getting book signings going inside of those, because people are going to buy 100%. I see a lot of authors and things like that at different conventions and stuff like that, and my boyfriend gets so annoyed. My ex-wife used to get annoyed. Uh, Please don't talk to everyone. You have to. That's your nature because you being a bartender, that is your nature. He's got to realize that, you know, that you talk to everybody because you've got somebody sitting at the bar who's all moody, depressed, quiet, or whatever. I'm there to talk to you unless you're like, hey, I just want my drink. I don't need the conversation, you know? And that's me at comic book conventions and things like that. Now, if somebody stops me and asks me about my shirt, I will sit there and tell them all day long, hey, this is my artwork. You know, this is how I painted it, all that good stuff. So, what up from Detroit? Rock City. Get up. Because everybody's going to leave their seats. I got a kiss right here. So there you go. But no, you definitely need to get into some book signings and some conventions. Start with some small conventions in your area. I know Denver has a lot of different conventions going on a regular basis, just because that's the town they are. And then find some bookstores in your area and be like, hey, can we set up a book signing in your store? You know, and then how about you guys buy a few copies? 5 or 10. Well, there you go. Looks like you're moving to California. You're gonna be a Cali lady. Hopefully, your boyfriend can find a job out there too. You you don't know that. I've got a friend who is a self-made, lots of things, and we're talking about some big stuff for me right now. And if it comes to fruition, I'm set. You know, and in London, there you go. See, you're gonna make it, and you're gonna be big time, Kelly. So don't squash yourself by not having your own product in your home that you can talk about on your lives or even post videos of, and sell yourself. Have you put your book on a shirt, perchance? Well, see, there you go. I did just find some thoughts I had in my message in a bottle in my pirate ship. But I'm going, I'm going to now. Good, good. But no, promote. Always promote yourself. If I can tell any artist that, and that's not just artists, but illustrators, writers, um, musicians, market yourself. Put yourself on a T-shirt. Put your work on a T-shirt. Hand people copies of a CD. That has a few samples of your work on it. If you're a musician and things like that. No, it's definitely not a pipe dream. Like I said, you've already got the book selling on Amazon. People already know it's out there, and more people are going to know it's out there because I'm about to share it once I find it. So, like I said, so well, see, 97 high fives all in a row. Sorry, that's a bad clerk's monologue from Kevin Smith. So, yeah, seriously, awesome. That's phenomenal. Uh, I'm happy for you. That's amazing. Yes, Jake and Silent Bob. There you go, Jay and Silent Bob. But yeah, no, it's always promote yourself. Always promote your own work. And I'll even throw in some stickers whenever we do this whole exchange of books. So make sure you get some more ordered. Yeah, I've been seeing them a lot lately. Yeah, they're getting ready to do a new movie, another Jay and Silent Bob movie. So that'll be exciting. Always fun, and seeing some Kevin Smith stuff. He's always got some good stuff out there. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think they're funny, and I like his stuff. Even the stuff that's more serious before he started doing all like Clerks and stuff like that. Yes, he did movies before Clerks, so and Mallrats and all that good stuff. So, and neither am I. I'm surprised I get as many viewers as I do. So, well, I mean, I'm not gonna say don't sell your bathwater, but some people would probably buy that. It's just the weird world of out there because some people do get their bathwater sold on their channels. Just saying. Baths are gross is a poem in my book. So see, there you go. Now, not only do you have your book, but you have your bathwater to go with it. There you go. So see, double sell, double sell. That's awesome. No, I mean seriously, it is awesome, and I bet it is, and that's why I'm ready to get a hold of it, and we're gonna do an exchange on that. Like I said, you're gonna get some stickers of my stickers that I've done over the years. Dun, dun, dun. In there, I got all kinds of ones in there that you'll be getting. You'll get one of each one that's in there, so that's good. And I'm looking forward to this witty poetry book, autographed by the badass Kelly. So, or Kelly Bosanero. Z, z. Actually, it's just arrow, but there you go. But all right, folks, it's been a pleasure, and I'm going to be promoting Kelly out there. Uh, but I will be promoting Kelly, so be looking forward to that, folks. Whenever I do get her book in hand, it's going to be off the chain. Okay, we're going to be talking about it once I get it in hand. So, but I'm going to kill it for today, folks. I got some things to take care of. I've got animals, like I said. I got the homestead going on. I got pigs inside. All that stuff. But I do appreciate each and everybody being here, getting us up to 32.1 thousand likes, keeping us in the popular realm of the lives. And again, if you're here, like, share, and follow. Your pug. Yeah, I get it. I got 3 cats, 2 dogs, 2 pigs, and then a bunch of chickens and ducks and geese. So thank you for being here, Kelly, and stopping in and checking us out. Don't forget to like, share, and follow, and hit that little bell button to know when I go live or post, and I will do the same for you. But as I like to say, as I leave you guys, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.